Uh, when I was in my freshman year, I mowed lawns with Tommy Copley, Roy Horton, the Titan Graves. My sophomore, junior, and senior year, I went to work with my daddy's company, doing walking coolers and freezers, the old-fashioned way with the dark kettle and stuff. Al Vandenberg was the working supervisor, and George Weidman was the businessman. He used to go out and get us work, and I guess that was his part of it, you know. So I worked with him for my sophomore, freshman, sophomore, junior, and my senior year I got out in March. If I had a job somewhere, $4 an hour, $160 a week. I went and bought a 63 Chevy Impala SS 3 96. Oh! In my junior year when I just got my license because I had the money. So my senior year, I went to work for them once again. And I was lucky because I could start in March. My senior year, you know. So I worked for them, I was working for them. And it came up to graduation. I guess I graduated, I was still with them. Because I just turned 18 in July. So it was right around that time. I don't know, Daddy and I had a little quarrel, you know. Of course, Daddy was right. So I left for a weekend and I went over to Grandma Cameron's. I stayed there, you know. Grandpa was already dead, you know. And I stayed in the guest room, you know. And they came to it Tuesday. I came to that Monday. She says, Jackie, what are you going to do? I said, Grandma, I'm going to go to the military. He said, you sure you got a really good job? I said, no. It's a family tradition, you know. Daddy did it, and my uncles did it. And when there was a war on, we go off what, so. Grandma took me down to Taunton, Mass that Monday. And I went down and walked in and went to the Marines recruiter, you know. Yeah, 6'2", 130 pounds. I want to be a tough fucking Marine. You know? So I walk in Marine recruiter. He's out to lunch. So I told the secretary, shit, you know. He got time for lunch. I can get time for him. Went next door and there's the Navy recruiter. You know. I think he's a first class, you know. He has dress boots on. No, it's just whites. He has whites on sometimes. And I walked in and he said, what can I do for you? I said, I'd like to join the Navy. He said, oh, that's great. That's great. He says, we need good men. I said, I want to go in the Seabees. I always had that construction urge, you know. Nobody ever believed me. My mom didn't when I wanted to go to vocational school in high school when she said only dumb kids went there, so that's okay. So he says, you want to be a CB, it's going to take about a year. I said, well, I ain't got a year. I didn't even know my draft card number was, but I knew I wanted to get in, you know. He says, I can just put you right in, get you up on a ship and go. I said, great. So I sat there, I took all the tests and all that kind of stuff, you know, and physical exams and all that stuff. And I got a call 2 days later. Plus, I'm still working. You know, I'm still working with Daddy and stuff. Mom's dinner at Grandma's. And I get a call from a recruiter. He says, you've been rejected for F, which is the worst you can be. I mean, you don't have to, I mean, you're useless because of migraines I used to have in school, you know. But he said to me, hey, you get a letter from your doctor. Dr. Palmer saying they aren't going to affect you. I'll get cash right in. Got the letter. Got the right in. And I'm still working, you know. And that took care of it. I was in. So I'm coming home from work with, you know, building a walking culture pieces like we were. And Mr. Wyman, the businessman, met me at the end of the road. He says, Jackie, he says, let's go for lunch. That's what he called me, you know, my whole family did. So we went out for supper, and he says, look, you're a bright young man. You know, construction very good. You worked for 3 years. He says, I don't want you to go to service. Don't go. He says, I want to send you to school to take Al's place with structural engineering and take his place and take the business over. And I said, Mr. Whiteman, I'm very, very sorry, but I have a patriotic duty to do. My daddy did it. Uncles before him, him. Yeah. I gotta hold my own. I gotta prove the man that I am. He says, "Well, Jackie, I wish you the best." And the kid took my place was David Menzel, who was also in school with me at the same time, but he went to vocational school. He took my place, and I joined the Navy at $75 every 2 weeks, plus $4 for hazardous duty pay. I was making $160 a week. It didn't matter. I served my country that I loved, that I no longer love.